Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel, TammyTalks here. Alright y'all, we are back. We're going to get into Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 5. It's all about the journey. We are still in Nashville. So, if you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, hop in the comment section, share with a friend, all that good kind of stuff. All right, so y'all know our goal is we are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this season. So if you are back for a 10th time, you've been rocking with me over the seasons, be sure to hit that subscribe button. All right, y'all, before we get started, so Valentine's Day coming up very quickly. So Rose Forever working with the good folks over there again. So y'all see this? They are having a huge sale. So there's a huge sale. Rose Forever NY is the website. I will put a link down in the description box. Use my code TammyTalks25 and you can save $25 off of the purchase. Buy it for a loved one. Buy it for yourself. They last over a year. I've had mine. I feel like I've had mine for over 6 months at this point, and they are like still super gorgeous. As long as you don't touch them and do all that whatever with them, they'll last. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the episode, y'all. So this week I am going to be breaking up the couples so we can get back into our normal routine. So let's start with Aries and Jasmine. All right, so Airris asks if Jasmine eats bacon every day. So I missed it. Is Airris pescatarian? Is he vegetarian? I know he said he doesn't eat red meat and pork. So initially he said that he does not judge. It doesn't bother him if you do eat those type of things. But I feel like he does like low-key judge. Because the way that he asked her, so do you eat bacon every day? After you picked up her plate and smelled it, bothered me. If you don't want what I'm eating, I don't need you picking up my plate and smelling it. I think people forget we are still living in a world very soon after post-pandemic, right? There is absolutely no part. There's absolutely no reason for you to lift up somebody's food, to inhale all that porky goodness, for you to then judge her about eating it. She was like, well, not every day. He was like, okay, you eating it today. You ate it yesterday. You ate it the day before. Stay out her business. Stay out her plate, okay? No bacon slander over here. So she then asked him why his previous relationships didn't work. He said that 80% of it was him. He said a lot of it came down to timing. He feels that if he would have met these women at a later time, later on in life, that they probably would have worked, because he met a lot of really good people, a lot of great ladies. He said a lot of it came down to maturity. Not shocked about that. So he said that if he was more mature at the time, it would have worked. She said that she walked away from her relationships, because if she's not getting what she fully wants, she leaves right away, which is not a good trait. It's not a good trait to have at all. So she said that her job got in the way a lot as well. Plug in my computer. She said her job got in the way a lot as well, because what would end up happening is, she got all these jobs. She running that kennel, okay, the Humane Society that's in her backyard. Because she has so many different things going on, that she wouldn't have as much time to dedicate to her husband, or to the guy that she's dating. So he then tells her that he knows that she's busy with her mom. To my understanding, her mother has breast cancer, or her mother has cancer. I'll say that. Her mother has cancer. So she kind of goes back and forth with her to sit during chemo and stuff like that. And he said that he's all for it. And he has no problem going to help, put her mom in good graces. And just so she doesn't have to deal with that by herself, in between walking the dogs and doing all this other stuff. So they go snorkeling later. Jasmine says she had one too many mimosas. You got your ass in the ocean? Or the Gulf? Absolutely not. No. I've been to Jamaica, okay? And when we got in that water, sober. Because one, I can't swim. Judge me if you want to, but I can't swim. So the last thing that I need to do is go snorkeling or do any type of water activities, and I can't. Absolutely not. But she said that it was hard for her to concentrate because her husband looks good without his shirt on. And I was like, Aries little bird chest. But okay. So later on, they are at dinner. What I did like about this episode is that all of the couples looks like they had their first and second nights completely alone. So Married at First Sight is almost getting back to what they used to be, back to the roots of how the episodes used to go, how the seasons used to go. In the earlier seasons, the couples didn't spend so much time together, and I think that has an effect on the outcome. Well, we know the way that they were all running their mouths last season, that the couples getting together and hanging out so much is not the best idea for a lot of these marriages. So they're at dinner, and Jasmine asks if there's anything that Airris would like to know about her. A very casual standard question, because we don't see him asking her any questions. And Airris uses his first question to say, what is your favorite sexual position? The way I would have spazzed out on him. That's the one question you have for me? That's the one question that you have? Okay. So she was like, ooh, I'm going to plead the fifth. So he then says, okay, let's take it back. Let's ask something lighter. What's your favorite color? I said, okay. So now you're being childish. She was like, lavender. I said, girl, purple. I know that they're different colors, but I have never heard somebody say lavender is their favorite color. He said, little known fact, okay, women whose favorite color is lavender, it's a little known fact that they favorite sexual position is downward dog, which is a yoga position, but it's sexual. I said, what? What are you saying? What are you talking about? What? I'm trying not to cuss. YouTube said we can't cuss no more. So, trying not to cuss. But I had words for him. I had definite words and feelings. Because what are you talking about? So, she just kind of looked at him and she was like, okay, because now you're making her uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you want to get back to talking about sex, then you ask another couple questions and then maybe circle back around. But don't try to be a smart Alec and then turn around and just flip it and do it right away like that. I was like, what is wrong with you? So he then says in his confessional that she's, my wife is reserved, but I think she got a little demon in her, demon time. I said, oh, y'all hear something once on the TikTok and y'all just run it in the ground. Y'all just wear it out. Wear it out. So he said that he will be a sex mentor to her. Okay. He said that he's never had to be one, but he can add it to his resume. Software engineer, sex mentor. He said that sounds good to him. I said, does it? That's like a good resume to you? Okay. So he asked her, why does she want to talk about sex? And she said that she does not mind talking about sex. She's just, more reserved. He was like, you classy base, right? Yeah, she's classy. I think he said something like he wants her to be a little more whorish. I said, oh, what? Jasmine, give Airris back to the streets. Give him back to the streets. So she says in her confessional, she does not mind sex. She does not mind talking about sex. She just needs someone to help her enjoy it more, i.e. her husband. Wink, wink. I said, oh, girl, bye. Sick of both of y'all. So later on, they are out throwing a Frisbee, which neither one of them is apparently good at. And Airris asked her if she's left-handed. I said, all the meals y'all done had together, you haven't known this heifer holding her fork with the left hand? So she was like, yes. So then he asked her, you throw the Frisbee with the left? Do you write left-handed too? Yes. That's what being left-handed means. She does everything with her left hand. If somebody says they're left-handed, they write with their left hand. He's a what kind of engineer? He's a what kind of engineer, y'all? Okay. So then she's talking about how everybody in her family is left-handed. She said her little sister, who's her pride and joy, her dad, she's listing all these people. And Airris was like, so what if your sister started liking me more? The way that they gave me very creepy vibes. And I think it was a very innocent question. But the way that made my skin crawl, because why are you asking that? And she was like, what? And he was like, your parents, I already won them over. Airris, shut up. Be quiet. Don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing about nothing to nobody. So they go over to the side to talk. And he admits to never being in love with a woman. So that gives her pause, as it gives anybody pause when you're on a show where you are coming in to be married to a stranger and they have never been in love. So he admits to having love for women. He said, I care about your well-being and, all that kind of stuff. He said, but I've never been head over heels, blinders on, only think about you all the time. Now, that's weird and concerning because Airris has been in a relationship that lasts a year and a half. So this year and a half, you didn't only focus on this one woman you were with? This year and a half, you didn't focus like... What? Whoo, child. So she's admittedly and well within her rights nervous. So she's wondering, how are you in a relationship with somebody for 1.5 years and you were not in love? So now it becomes, were you just going through the motions? Because it's giving Nate from last season. This is the same conversation that Stasha had with Nate. These are the same feelings that Stasha had with Nate, but y'all crucify Stasha. Y'all crucify Stasha in the way that I'm not seeing happen to Jasmine. Y'all just don't like Stasha. So she feels that this is putting more pressure on her. So she then asks him, does he have to be in love by decision day to say yes? And he was like, I don't know. What? They're not going to work. They're not going to work. We don't even have to go no further. They're not going to work. All right. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode with Jasmine and Airris. I know I did not have a recap from last week, so thank you all for your patience. If there was something you guys wanted to talk about from last week, put that in the comments as well. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one.